Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Average Movie Review podcast. I just started watching Paradise. I know we're about 7 or 8 episodes in. Sorry for the delay. I'm just catching up right now. I watched episode 1, and I have to say, this is how you start season 2, and this is how you introduce a new character. We get to see, or two new characters, really. We get to see Link, and we get to see Shailene Woodley's character, whose name I guess I can't remember right now. I think it's like Annie. Annie, freaking amazing. Starts the episode starts off with us seeing Annie's perspective from her childhood, leading up to the events of the, I guess, day zero, right, of the big day and everything. How she ended up where she is. I think her mother was an Elvis fan. She ended up dying of overdose or just dying in general, and then Annie tries to become a doctor, drops out of school, and then ends up at this Elvis house where she always goes to do the tour and stuff when she was a kid. And now she becomes a tour guide for it, and she kind of finds her purpose. And then the whole catastrophe happens, and then her and her security guard friend who helped her get the job ends up living in the Elvis house for a couple, almost, I want to say about 2 years. And then, no, actually, the lady unfortunately passes away within a year, I believe, or within less than a year. And then Annie lives there for about 2 years, roughly, or 2.5 years. And she's also trying to figure out her life as well. And then Link shows up, and you find out that, the world is still kind of okay. The smoke clouds have completely gone, and now, like, sunlight is coming in and all of that, and everyone's moving, and they're trying to do something, and they admit to their plans of going to the bunker. Annie finally meets people for the first time, and there's a lot of interaction. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of that. Um, Honestly, what I love about this show is just how they decided to introduce this character. Typically, shows when introducing a new character, you just see the character kind of jump in with the original cast, and then we get like an emotional or like some random backstory by episode 4 or 5. Whereas here, we start off with episode 1, showing this character and showing how important she is going to be in this season. Clearly, she is a main character. She's part of the main cast. She will provide some sort of importance throughout the show, and and that's just a beautiful way of showing it. I think what was intense to me was the first 20 minutes of that episode when the catastrophe happens, and how crazy things get leading up to that point where she's stocking up the house, she's taking the gun, she's getting ready to pretty much hunker down and all of that. And it's super intense. Like, I remember my wife looking at me and going like, this is so intense, and I loved it. I loved every second of it because it was so engaging. Like, you were stuck to your TV watching, like, what the hell is happening, and then getting to see their perspective living outside of the bunker, how they survived, how long it took for the sun to come out, how cold it got, how they survived those winters, basically living in minus 30, 40 degrees, who knows how much it was, and still coming out and still trying their best and still surviving for the time that they did, right? And this was just one person's perspective. Imagine how it felt for the rest of the world. And again, truly, truly amazing job on that part. The big twist at the end was that she ended up getting pregnant with Link's child, because they got close as before he left, and then and then the final finale where we see Xavier crash landing, and Annie finding him, right? Like, so we know that these two are either going to work together or work against each other or something of that sort, right? So that's how you really introduce a character. Now that we've established who Annie is, now when she interacts with Xavier, we have a backstory, we have an understanding, we know where she's coming from, we know her motivations, we know what to expect from her, right? Like, she could be good, she could be bad. We don't know that yet, right? Depending on how she feels. But again, at least we know that whatever she does, there is some justification to it, right? There is a reasoning behind it. She's not very trusting. She doesn't trust anyone. And it might take her some time to trust Xavier, right? Or maybe Xavier won't trust her at all, or maybe he'll sacrifice everything to save her kid. Who knows what could happen leading up to the next few episodes. So again, phenomenal season opener. This show is slept on. I think a lot of people need to watch this show. Season 1 was absolutely amazing. Every episode captures you. The background music, the scores that they use, again, the remixes of old songs and bringing them to what they are now, absolutely amazing. Always leaving the episode with such a big, cliffhanger, so that you're kind of hooked. So you watch the next one. Truly, truly, that's what TV is like. That's what good television is, right? You look forward to every episode, even if it's releasing by weekly or bi-weekly, whatever it is. You look forward to it every day because you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens next, or I can't wait to find out what's going to happen next and stuff like that. So again, truly amazing job. I'm absolutely loving it so far. I'd love to hear from you guys as well, what you guys think. How are you liking it? And yeah, let me know in the comments below, and have a wonderful day, guys.